Hey, how's it going? It's Evil Dead Fan 1990 here to do a request review of three specific movies, part of a trilogy. And this request is from Chicken Monster 150. Okay? Well, the movies he wants me to review are all three of the Evil Dead films, which are right here. So this might be separated out into different parts depending on how long the video will be. But let's get started. The first one is, of course, The Evil Dead. Well, people just call it Evil Dead because, the is small. But anyway, this film was filmed in 1979, never got finished or distributed until 1982. Now, this was from first-time director, well, not first-time director, but directed short films, first feature film director, Sam Raimi. Which, from this movie, he started doing other films and TV shows, such as the ever-so-famous Spider-Man films. Well, anyway, this is one of his first movies that originally came upon the idea of the short film Within the Woods. Now, Within the Woods is similar to Evil Dead to some extent, because of the certain, scenes and dialogue. But other than that, this movie is pretty interesting. This is one of the best horror films ever made, in my opinion, which skyrocketed Bruce Campbell as the lead actor, Ash. Now, his character wasn't really all that developed until the time around the second and third movie. And seems like that guy you don't want to be around with. He seems like that kind of, guy you don't want to invite to a party because you know he's going to be all nerdy. But it's by the time around the end of the film where he has to fend for himself. So, anyway, this is one of the most interesting Evil Dead films made. This is more of a dark film, not really humorous as some people mention until the time around the second and third. But this film will have shocking moments in cinema history. I can't explain, but for those of you who've seen it, you probably know what I mean. Now, the next one's a special edition with the Necronomicon one. You touch the eye and it screams. Now, Evil Dead 2, it can be taken as a remake or as a sequel. Now, in a way, it is a sequel because it takes place after the events of the first movie. And what people didn't understand is the first few minutes of it is recapping the first one with only Ash and his girlfriend, which in the first one it was Ash and a couple of his friends. Well, anyway, the reason for that is because Sam Raimi couldn't get the rights to The Evil Dead because the rights were already given to New Line Cinema. So, since he couldn't get the rights to, to use some of the footage from his first movie, he had to recreate his own footage. And Evil Dead 2 is actually better because it more increases on the character of Ash as a, somewhat of a survivalist hero. And this is just an awesome, funny movie with hilarious, stunts and antics, which this one was the first to bring up a term called splatstick. It's just a really funny film, and that's all I can say. It's just super funny. Just check it out. I'm pretty sure if you like the first one, then you probably like this one. Now, the last one is Army of Darkness. Now, this one didn't get, as much recognition as the other Evil Dead films because this was under the name Army of Darkness, when its original title was supposed to be Evil Dead 3, The Medieval Dead. But because people haven't really seen Evil Dead 1 or Evil Dead 2, they decided to change the title to make it seem like a movie on its own. Which, in the case, it's actually really is a second sequel to all three of the Evil Dead to the first two. Now, Army of Darkness is more built as a comedy. Now, some people could look at this as a comedy action or as a horror action, which in my opinion is more of a comedy action because Ash's character is really fully developed as as the reluctant hero that just wants to get back home. Now, Ash ends up in the medieval times and is forced to fight the army of the living dead. Or the undead, as they call them in this, or This one actually gives the demons their names Deadites, which haven't really been mentioned in the first or second movie. Well, a little bit in the second movie, close to the end, they did mention the names, but this one actually gives them the, full out names, which is dead-like creatures. And this was just pretty good, but overall, I'd choose more of the director's cut version because there was tons of scenes that were missing from this theatrical cut that really were pretty funny and seemed more like a Three Stooges kind of thing. Now, a lot of people know about the alternate ending to this, which I've seen, and I have to say I kind of like more of the ending that's used in this movie than that of the alternative ending. That's just my opinion, of course. But this one is probably one of the best out of the series, Army of Darkness. And if you haven't seen Evil Dead 1 or Evil Dead 2, you probably want to see this before seeing this one, even though it does kind of give you the background. But if you're a fan of Bruce Campbell and all of his other films, then this is one to check out. And an interesting thing to note, the theme song that's playing when the dead start marching, which is called March of the Dead, is a score written by Danny Elfman, who's been known to write scores for some of Tim Burton's films. Yeah, he also wrote the theme for Batman. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I had to say. Check this out. Now, also, I did hear rumors, but I'm pretty sure it's not a rumor, but they are planning on making an Evil Dead 4. But the production won't start until 2011. Or the film won't come out till 2011. I'm not sure if they're trying to get ready or not, because I don't know yet. But hopefully Bruce Campbell will come back to play the part as Ash, because I can't imagine anybody else playing that part. I mean, come on. Ashton Kutcher as Ash, or Ryan Reynolds. Maybe Ryan Reynolds, I don't know. But there's also been rumors about a remake to Evil Dead, which won't have Bruce Campbell in it, but I'm pretty sure the remake idea was dropped. So now they're planning on making a fourth one, which hopefully will come out because, I don't know, I just feel like the series, the third one, kind of ended on a cliffhanger kind of note. So I really hope that there will be a fourth one to this, but who knows? One can dream. So that's all I have to say. That's my retrospective on the Evil Dead series. So till then, this is Evil Dead Fan 1990 signing off.